Ashe. Sagittarius. Where you at? What's going on with the Sagittarius energy out there? Sun, Moon, or Rising in Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to tell you, one vibe I got real quick from Sagittarius energy said, that way. Go that way. Somebody getting on your nerves, Sagittarius. Somebody being a little too clingy. All right, Saggy, let's see. Sun, Moon, or Rising Sagittarius. Keep in mind, I do offer personal readings as well. Sagittarius. Oh. Let's see what's going on. It's kind of comical with Sagittarius. Okay. I definitely feel like somebody getting on your nerves. Let's see. All right. The Ten of Cups reverse. The Eight of Wands reverse. Hierophant reverse. Three of Pentacles upright. Ten of Swords reverse. All right. Death reverse. Okay. Empress reverse. King of Wands reverse. All right. Four of Pentacles upright. All right, Sagittarius, let's get into it. Let's read some of this energy out here, okay? Okay, let me just start this off. I feel like, Sagittarius, there's an ex. I feel like you've been off and on with this person. I feel like the connection is over. You may have children with this person, you may not, but you definitely have history with this person. Now, Sagittarius want to go about things in their own signature way, Ashe. And that can be a bit risky. And I feel like you've been wavering on the risky side. So let's go about it. Sagittarius, parts of your strength are also can be your weakness when you overindulge, when you go too far into it. Okay? Now, the Hierophant is reversed. Non-traditional energy, signature energy, okay? All right, listen. I really feel like, Sagittarius, there's somebody in your energy. Whether you're thinking about them or they thinking about you, this person was probably a little bit more traditional than yourself. I think this person may have been good for you. They may have come across you in the wrong time because you are non-traditional, but they have some traditional ways about them. I don't think that they're they're traditional in a spiritual sense. I should put it like that. And you're not as spiritual as they are, I don't believe, okay? Y'all are supposed to learn from each other. And perhaps you did. I believe you did it anyway. Despite whether it worked out or not, I feel like you did still learn from each other. But you were unaligned. For certain. I have the Ten of Swords in reverse. You or that person, your energy is already healed from a betrayal that they felt during the connection. The Death card is in reverse. This means the ending has already happened between you two. So y'all may be in no contact. Or at least you're not together, for sure, okay? Now, you coming out in your own reading, of course, the fire sign is the Wands, okay? Now, let's talk about Sagittarius. Very likely, your person could be a fire sign, too, somewhere in the chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I feel like you're keeping options open. Maybe you're entertaining some of the wrong options, and I think that you may know who is a wrong option, but you like what they bring. That's why there's no alignment with you and the person that I really feel like was a yin and a yang energy. I feel like you were opposites in certain ways, but you were opposites to meet each other's needs. Ashe. Either you or that person is already healing because the Death card is in reverse. Now, it's starting to get like a little warm outside, Sagittarius. So you may be outside, Sagittarius, because you're coming out here. I'm just saying, you know, you and your person is coming out here with this King of Wands energy. Now keep in mind, the King of Wands can be a gender female who's operating the masculine energy of the King of Wands. The King of Wands is somebody who's full of ego. The King of Wands feel like they are the ladies' man, or a woman, okay? Because this is energy, right? The King of Wands energy in reverse. It's hard to see. It's hard for that person to see past themselves. See, let me tell you something. See, this person right here is energy, whether you or your person, you stand in your own way, or they stand in their own way. Now, this won't be for everybody. This will be for a select few. But I really believe that when you came into contact with your yin and yang person, I think because you were kind of operating, you or them, operating in a karmic way, you may have threw each other off. Now, that's for a select few. But I will say, this Empress in reverse has been coming out in your energy for a while. This Empress in reverse, for the majority of my collective, see, this person pretends to be Empress. They like the authority, the royalty of Empress. They like the command of Empress, the glory of Empress. They're not Empress. They just like the title of Empress. As a matter of fact, I strongly believe, Sagittarius, this person only feels on a higher level because of you. I don't think this person is even your equal, except for in the fleshy desires. Capricorn energy coming out with the Devil card energy is what I feel. I feel like that they cater to you in certain ways that you like, but you're not fulfilled with, Ashe, right? But because you're on a higher level of them, you make them feel better than what they really are, what they bring to the table. Okay. But this also being said, I feel very strongly. There was a relationship dynamic that didn't really get off the ground that could have been really powerful, really meaningful. The Ten of Cups is in reverse here. For your reading, Sagittarius, this Ten of Cups represents a union of two households that had a high possibility of combining and benefiting each other, but it didn't happen. I see a backfire. The Eight of Wands is coming out here strong. Okay, so somebody out here got some spiritual rank. Either you or the person heavy in your energy. They call for justice, or either you did, Sagittarius, and it's coming fast, and it's coming out there. Somebody wasn't to be played with. Somebody is quiet spoken out here. You hear me? Somebody out here is quiet spoken. They don't say a lot, but they pull rank, and they step heavy when they step, but they're quiet. So they don't look, you know what I'm saying, the part. But when they step, they are the part. Ooh. Ooh. It's definitely going to be a steamy summer. It's definitely going to be a steamy summer. Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius, I'm just going to say this. You can feel about it how you want. But I feel like you miss somebody. I feel like you miss somebody. And for the other half of you out there, which is really less than half, somebody misses you. I think a lot of people miss you because perhaps you were more beneficial to other people. But I think you came across somebody that really wasn't equal. I think you miss them. I'm just saying. Let's pour some oracles on it. Say goodbye to your pet. Say goodbye to your past and leave the baggage behind for good. This may have gotten away of your connection when you came across somebody that really was a good fit for you. Saggy, I'm telling you, I'm not wrong. Perhaps maybe some of your ways kept you going back to indulging in things and people that you really were supposed to grow past. Say goodbye if you want to move forward. Okay? Let your feelings out. All of them. Even the ones that scare you. Okay, Saggy, so maybe you really felt deeply for this person, but you didn't show them 100%. Maybe it made you feel a little bit vulnerable, and you didn't want to make that person feel like they had too much control over you or so much say so. You missed them. I feel it strong. Like you really sincerely, like in a sincerely way, you miss somebody. You have such a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. This is with karmic ways. the being promiscuous, the partying, the overindulgent. That's really covering some pain. That's really covering some healing that needs to happen. You know what? Some of you came across an empath, and I think really you're an empath, but you just kind of conceal it so it's not taken advantage of. Some of you came across an empath, the kind of person that you may feel like maybe too good to be true. They look too good to really buy into. They were the real deal. You must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. You know, fire signs can kind of not forget. I'm not going to say just necessarily hold a grudge, but you don't forget what happened. You can go on with your life. You can start each day. But fire signs definitely don't forget. And that's okay not to forget, because you don't want to reset and repeat cycles. But forgiving is something different. Some of you were burned by somebody that you did care about, and so now you're on guard. But I think with you being on guard, you kind of block somebody that really was a really good match for you. You know, find ways to lighten up and not take everything seriously. Sagittarius, I feel like you do have some fun. You know what I think it is? I'm going to go a little deep. I think that certain things you hear or see from a person, you take it from 0 to 10 so fast that you don't never come back and reevaluate the situation with that person and the conditions that they said it, the tone they said it. You skip the depth and the real meaning behind things because you're kind of like no nonsense, no tolerance. You go from 0 to 10, you go ahead and judge it, put it in the box and move on to the next. There's something that you missed about somebody though. I think they looked a certain way, but they had a lot of treasure underneath the surface. Did you look beneath the surface, Sagittarius, though? I know time is money. Somebody said time is money. You don't have time to waste, and I get it. But somebody was worth the time, and they were the money. They were the bag. Sagittarius, I say until next time.